different.
Oops, excuse me, I just burped into the microphone.
I just burped too. I just burped too.
No burping on the podcast.
Yeah. Thanks, you guys. Thank you, guys. Oh, I love it. Okay, what else are we going to talk about? We got to reel it on in, and we've got a very, very special guest we want to talk about. We thought of our very favorite friend and screamer and musician, Kim Shattuck from the band The Muffs, who really does have like the best scream in rock. Anyway, we're just waiting for her to arrive. We're just kind of waiting. I'm thinking about my doorbell. When's she going to ring it?
When's she gonna ring it?
When's she going to ring it? Oh my wait God. A second. That's weird. Doorbell. Who is it?
Hello.
Kim, we were just talking about you.
Oh my God. Hi, Kim Shattuck.
This is Kim Shattuck.
Hello. Did you get a nice ass shot there?
Sit over here. Come sit over here. All right.
Wow.
This way.
Welcome to the window seat.
Thank you.
You guys talk amongst yourselves.
Hi. How are you? You're kind of half in the sun.
I think I have to put my shades on. Yeah.
You're gonna get sunburned.
How's it going?
It's good. It's good. Thanks for inviting me here. This is really fun.
Thanks for coming.
I like it. I like your house.
Thank you.
I love you guys.
Okay, so we want to show, just for people that haven't heard the Muffs. First of all, what's wrong with you people? But second of all, let's hear what this beautiful woman can do with her throat.
Oh my. Okay.
Okay, so we have some cues. Can we play some of them and hear?
Apple My Love?
Yeah, let's listen to Apple My Love. Feedback. Check this out.
When I do that.
Okay. Tell us, how do you...
When I perform certain songs live and the screams are really super long, I pee my pants a little bit sometimes.
Do you?
Or get dizzy. I've had it where
Dizzy.
I get really dizzy, but I've also had it where a little bit of pee comes out.
Really?
Yeah.
When you scream?
Yeah, I've had it happen before.
Even when you were like 16?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
this isn't like an old Kegel problem.
Okay,
like
okay.
I definitely.
Wow.
No, because now, I have had 2 kids. I think if I tried to scream like that, I would definitely
You would pee
in my
too?
pants. Oh, yeah.
Oh wow. No, I've never had kids, but so I guess I'm intact. But I'm old, but yeah.
But okay, so that was always going on.
Little pee, yeah, back then, and then I would get a little bit dizzy.
Yeah,
sometimes.
dizzy I've gotten from screaming. On Shimmer Like a Girl, we have a song called Shimmer Like a Girl where Louise and I scream, and it's a little more screaming than I can handle, and I get dizzy. You get kind of like,
Yeah, lightheaded.
lightheaded, for sure, and especially in the mountains when you play shows in Denver or anywhere up in high altitude.
Oh yeah,
right.
They say don't drink too much because it's like drinking it more.
Right,
and
exactly.
Then you're just like, what?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But okay, so that was an incredible scream. So
Thank
when you scream like that, okay, so do you have to prepare for a scream like that? Do you like lube up your throat with a lozenge? With a lozenge of some kind?
No, it's so easy. It's not super loud. It doesn't come out super loud. It just comes out super distorted and forceful. But
It does.
I don't really lose my voice from that. I lose it more from singing than I
Okay.
do from screaming.
Okay.
Screaming's easy. Although if I've had times where I've been sick, and I have to play, I'm not gonna not play. And no one else is singing for me because it's a 3-piece. And I go in there and I do, I'm careful with the screams until I know, and then I'm like, and the big snot ball comes out, and I'm fine. It's like a Christmas.
We
miracle.
know about your snot balls.
Yes.
Louise, talk about Kim's snot balls.
I think I was scarred for life when there was a loogie on my monitor one night.
Oh, that was Ronnie. That was
Muffs
Ronnie.
are opening for us in the States, so they would go on before us, and Louise would come out to
so
her
rude.
monitor,
That is so rude.
and there would be loogies all
Oh my
over her
God. I
monitor.
looked down and I'm like, no, she didn't.
No, it wasn't me it was Ronnie, I swear. Ronnie has this thing that he'll spit a loogie
Oh,
up.
yeah.
And sometimes if it's a lower ceiling, it'll hit the ceiling and then it'll drip down probably on my head.
Right, okay.
And in
Wow.
this case, on your monitor.
I see.
That's
sorry.
sorry.
The mystery's been solved. I
I'm
didn't
gonna-
know whose it was.
That's even
Ronnie will
grosser.
be
But it's even
apologized.
grosser that it's a dude's loogies. If it were Kim's loogies,
It's
they're
a-
sweet loogies.
It'd be lipstick loogie.
Yeah,
Lipstick,
it's
right.
Lipstick.
There is a title for your
Lipstick
show.
loogie.
Lipstick
I
loogie.
love it. Okay, well, let's play a few more of her screams, and then we can really get into the screams because I want to ask what's behind them. When did you start screaming? All that. But let's hear "Oh Nina." I happen to love that song because it's about me. It's not really.
Not, but I'm glad. That was really cool that you asked me that when I first met you.
I didn't ask you if it was about me. I knew it wasn't about me.
Oh,
I'm
someone
not like-
asked me. Maybe
I'm
it wasn't
not like Mick Jagger to Carly Simon or whatever, you know.
You're so vain.
Come on. That is world-class screaming.
That's world-class screaming. People don't understand, first of all, maybe they do, how hard that is, because here's the thing about screaming. Your voice can kind of, to be able to control a scream like that and not have it go into a really shrill, horrible place, which is where it usually goes for me. Like, you don't want it to go into that shrill, like,
It's like
victim
a yelping
scream.
dog kind of thing.
Or even just like Psycho, like Janet Leigh, like a horror movie or
like
something.
like a Wilhelm scream.
Exactly.
Exactly. Kim has all the levels of the scream. It's like a full throttle scream.
Stereophonic.
It is. It's
Stereophonic.
Oceanic.
It's really
scream.
impressive.
How do you do it?
And
how did you
it's
learn
hard
you
to
could do it?
Well, okay, when I was in a band called the Pandoras first, my first band that I was in, and the girl who sang, Paula Pierce, she screamed. And she was really the only person besides Joan Jett doing a couple of caterwaul, kind of like
Yeah, the short, the
But-
ow. Yeah,
ow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was more like New York City kind of like ow. But Paula did some really great screams, and so she's kind of who inspired me to scream. And I had no idea I was going to start screaming at practice or at show or whatever. And we just do the songs, and it just came out. And I realized I had a really big fear of silence in a song. I always wanted to be everything loud all at once, all the time. You guys actually taught me really good dynamics on that tour. So
We learned it from Nirvana.
We learned it from the Pixies.
And they learned it from the Pixies. Yeah, exactly.
But what I want to say is there's so many different. There's the count-off scream. There's the 1, 2, 3, whoa scream, right?
That's a John Lennon-y kind of one.
Exactly,
Yeah.
right? The Revolution, the beginning of Revolution. But what? But isn't there a song? I couldn't figure out what it was. Isn't there a song where you actually do the 1, 2, 3, 4 as a scream? Or am I thinking of
Red-Eyed Troll. I didn't even see the number.
It's so good. It's so good. Okay.
I think I wanted to say 5, and then they were like, "You sound stupid."
Who's
Don't
Red-Eyed
say
Troll?
5."
Who's Red-Eyed Troll about again?
It was a girlfriend that Ronnie had for a while who used to be really nice to me, and then one time I got really, really fucked up, and I got in her face when she had the really bad flu. She was trying to chill and lay down, and I jumped over her like a monkey, just like an ape, like, and you'd think it would be about me. I was the Red-Eyed Troll, but actually, when she was mad at me and got in my face, like, fuck you, she looked like the Red-Eyed Troll. And so I wrote it about her.
It's so good.
But
Don't you have a forgiveness story?
I do.
A similar story to ours?
Very much so, yes.
tell us?
I mean, when the Muffs started, it was myself, Ronnie, and this guy, Chris Crass, who we're still not forgived, but whatever. And Melanie Vammon, who I was in the Pandoras with, and we were best friends.
I bought that 7-inch, by the way, at Reckless Records in Chicago. Yes, I did. I bought one for 7 inches.
Oh my God, that's a cool place.
I bought it for the picture.
Oh yeah.
Well, I wanted to be in a band, and I saw these two cool women.
Aww.
And so later when we toured, and I never asked you about it, I was of course aware that there had been a change in personnel.
The change had just happened when we went on tour with you guys, like it's 6 months before probably.
Right. Okay, so you were best friends.
Less than a year.
You were best friends.
We were
and
best
bandmates.
friends, bandmates. We were like always together. We'd hang out together. We had similar sense of humor. We both just had a lot in common, and there would be secrecy things going on between each other a little bit, but it wasn't really a big deal. And then we were just always laughing, and it started getting weirder and weirder and weirder. Just like stuff started getting weirder and weirder that we decided we didn't want her to be in the band anymore, and we were rotten and manipulative, and just kind of edged her out of the band, and that I even to this day just feel sad about, because it's like, oh man, how could I be that cold? Later, 17 years later to be exact, I was hanging out with another bandmate of mine, and she said, hey, can I invite Melanie to our lunch? And I was horrified, scared. I was already ready to forgive. I was already feeling soft towards everything, and I was already starting to see that I was really a huge bitch. Like before, I just felt like a victim, and I was like, oh, she did this, and I started like morphing into realizing that I had played a humongous part in it, and I was horrified that I had, like, I'm so horrible, oh my God. And so by the time we met, it was a huge deal. It was a huge, huge deal. And in the middle of John O'Groat's restaurant in the West Side, we hugged and we bawled. Aww. And we screamed, and we're not in a bad way. Yeah. It was beautiful. And the next time we got together was maybe a year later. And we both got there early, and we sat next to each other on a bench, kind of quiet, and we're like, this is so surreal. This is so surreal being with you. And it was like, it was almost like we had to catch up with each other. Like she didn't know what all my different living situations were, my apartment, and just like goofy stuff. And as soon as we started hanging out more and more and more, it was like nothing ever happened. We were just the same, but better, more mature. We were both more mature.
I mean, we have it's the exact same story. We really, and I get teary hearing you say it, because it's like, you definitely, I mean, we have to remind ourselves not to dwell on like the regret for why did we let that happen? And and it's so weird that you don't really have the tools, like, you know, breakups in relationships, like everyone has advice for what you do when you break up with a dude, or, you know, break up a romantic relationship. Yeah. But nobody really had a roadmap or any advice for us and how to deal with this. Yeah. And in your case, maybe for years, like we were fueled by our anger for a while.
Oh yeah.
And then as time goes by, you do soften. You do. And then I think part of the forgiveness, obviously, maybe this is totally obvious, but like, you have to, in order to forgive, you have to realize your part in it, and realize like, oh, it's not what she did to me, it's what I did to her. You know?
I had no idea there was even that there until I did. All of a sudden one day it just dawned on me, and I felt very ashamed of myself. And she had started having kids, and I was sort of putting the feelers out through her friends, like, oh, tell her her babies are beautiful, and little things. And actually what was really funny, and why like I'm not a huge Facebook hater, is somebody was really mean to me on Facebook, and she came onto Facebook, we weren't friends yet, and started defending me. And I was like, oh, like what?
Yeah.
What? And we just softened, and now we reformed the Pandoras, because the lead singer died, and then some really good songs just kind of went away, and we were like, let's just do it. It's fun hanging out. So we just started doing that again, and we just got off of a European tour, and
So awesome.
we're
Happy for you.
we're buds.
But okay, so now what do we need to? Should we play a song? We should play a song with Kim.
Well, one thing that we haven't done is listen to any of our great scream cues, and I think some of them are really worth listening to.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, let's get some scream cueing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll rate the screams like it's a scream contest.
Okay.
But I can't believe.
Seether is the one.
Oh, Seether.
We'll start with Seether.
That's
I
not
love
such a
the
great-
scream on-
That's-
I like that.
That's not a scream.
Let's
But
hear
that's
it.
a really classic
That's,
song.
that's an ow. That's a right. We can hear it. Yeah, that's as deep as I can get. Although on Volcano Girls, do you have Volcano
Yeah,
Girls?
Volcano Girls.
Because that I don't know if you ever knew this, but when we recorded it
in Hawaii.
in
when you-
Hawaii,
yeah.
you had did you come? You came and visited, right?
I don't think I did.
You
no.
didn't? Okay.
No.
So Kim dated my brother Jim, who is the drummer in our band. So
I have a
that's-
story about that.
That's why I asked. But what I was gonna say is that I had a really hard time with the 1, 2, 3. Wow. I
Yeah.
had a really hard time
You
with
just
it.
did it.
Well, that was a little whisper. That
Yeah,
was
but
a
if
real
you're
one. If I had
you're on
projected,
the mic, they could turn it.
but I
up.
remember thinking, like, I feel like I tried it. I'd done it on the demo and it worked. And I was
Yeah.
trying to, we had toured with you and I was trying to, like, conjure up my inner Kim. And then I couldn't get it. And I remember thinking, like, if I could just get Kim out here, like, could we get Kim out here to and just, like, punch Kim screaming? You could have done it, but I think I was determined. I was determined to do it.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
It was not gonna. Yeah.
Yeah. What I don't like about it is it goes up to the shrill. It
squeak.
doesn't stay. There's not enough grit in there, so
No.
it goes up to the squeak.
No, it's a great scream.
No,
I
feels,
liked it.
It feels
I
out
liked
of control and a little uncool to me.
I think you're wrong.
Okay.
Disagree. 100%.
Okay. Because you
like
never,
it.
you never go to that. Like, if you drink too much coffee, do you go to that place?
No, the scream remains intact pretty much. The only time that a scream gets really messed up is if I lose my middle voice from, like, if I'm sick or I overdo it for singing. And I've had my scream kind of peter out. And I've had it go squeaky, and I'm just like, all right, scream's done.
Yeah.
Not
Have
gonna
you-
scream anymore.
I've lost my voice on tour, and I've attributed it sometimes to screaming, and I've been sick, and I've had to bring it back from the dead, like for the show.
Like
I've had
throat
to,
coat? Do you use throat
Well,
coat?
it's like way past throat coat, like
Oh.
dire measures. And the only way I can do it is to get go into a steamy hot shower and
Yeah.
stay there for
Wow.
a while, and then start warm up from the bottom. And I can bring it back. It's like resurrecting my voice. Has
Yeah.
that ever happened to you?
Yeah, oh God, I lose my voice all the time, and it's totally not screaming, it's singing, and unless I'm in denial maybe, but no, it's or just like allergies. Like if I get to a hotel room with feather pillows, I have to literally like get them out of my face.
And what
See, I
about
never knew that.
What about what about the air conditioning in hotels? You don't get any regular air, which is bad for your vocal cords.
That's true. Yeah.
Bob Dylan will only go to hotels where, this is what I heard, where the windows, they have windows.
Windows.
Yeah.
Right.
There are so
openable
few
windows.
hotels that have open windows anymore.
Yeah. They don't want people jumping out.
I heard Roger Daltrey on Howard Stern recently, and he was talking about his voice and how he protects his voice. And we have a great Roger Daltrey. One of the most famous screams, obviously, is "Won't Get Fooled Again." He does an incredible scream.
I have it.
Yeah, should we hear that one? Yeah, that one's awesome. That's a good scream, right? That's a
Yeah.
good scream. So he
Yeah.
now, they
That's
still
a rock
tour.
and roll
That's
dude
a
scream,
rock
yeah.
and roll dude scream. It's as good as it gets. But he now when he tours, like he doesn't talk between shows. So if they're
Oh,
playing,
wow.
Madison Square Garden or whatever they're doing, 3 shows or whatever it is. Like he does not speak between shows. He can't.
that's a
for
good
insurance.
point.
Like I think the insurance company that insures the show.
Lloyd's of London.
Lloyd's of London or whatever it is. Say you may not speak. No, it's true. So do we want to listen to more screams or should we just play our own song?
It's
Okay,
fun
Lucy
listening
wants
to
to listen to more
screams.
screams.
I would like to hear.
B-52s?
Yes.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh God, what is this?
Cindy Wilson has.
I didn't know that. Wow, that's like a horror movie scream.
That's like the victim
That's
scream,
like
right?
a victim scream.
I
yeah.
could probably do that. Like that scream.
The B-52s are it's just incredible screams all the way across, especially that first record.
How funny! I didn't even
Incredible
know that.
Oh,
Wow.
they're both great singers and screamers. I feel like Cindy had the really awesome scream.
We listen to so many screams. There's so many great screamers, so many great rock screams, and over time, we couldn't include all the cues, but obviously one incredible rock screamer is Janis Joplin. And Tina Turner.
Yeah, Tina Turner.
Yeah.
I didn't even
We
think of
want to
that.
know who the first woman to scream was on
Yeah.
stage, because
Wanda Jackson definitely had a raggedy high voice.
it probably just wasn't proper for a woman to scream. I mean,
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I know that John Lennon would scream, and that's sort of the person I always try to sound like when I sing.
Which you've got.
I don't know. I would that would be. I love his voice.
Yeah.
In fact, he doesn't do really long screams, but he screams on certain notes that he's singing. So it's just a growly kind of.
And Paul McCartney and I've Got a Feeling.
Oh,
did the
wait,
same
Paul
thing.
McCartney.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Hey Jude. Come on. Look at
good.
Listen to this. This is like a scream suite. I love it.
All right, well, let's move on to Zeppelin because we need to. And specifically, since I've been loving you, we know Zeppelin is replete with good screams.
That's Led Zeppelin.
What did I say?
Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin.
Are there other Zeppelins?
No. Graf Zeppelin.
The other Zeppelin.
We should start another Zeppelin.
But yeah, since I've been loving you.
Do we know where that is then?
Oh, did we not give you the
I didn't give you the cue.
cue? We might not have. We can't listen to it. It's somewhere six.
It's like a 12-minute
It's in the
song.
It's in the 6 range.
Alright, I can probably find it.
I want to say it's like 6. Do you know, Louise?
Wait, keeps going on.
Is he gonna scream again?
No, but let's hear the riff.
See,
It's a little Janis Joplin.
it is.
Yeah.
It is. And
I
a
guess
little
that's
lady bump.
blues-
A
like
little lady bump.
Isn't that like a blues scream?
There's nothing lady bump
I'm
about that.
joking, but I do feel like that we were talking about this the other day.
I
That when you
trim
take
up,
a scream,
so I don't have a lady bump. I trim up. I don't have that big bush.
lady bump. But I do feel like there is something about taking a scream out of context that does make it sound foolish.
It
like,
is,
when
yeah.
like the David Lee Roth screams when they were circulating around
Yeah.
the internet, where you would hear running with the devil, and it's like when you hear it isolated, like that Robert Plant scream is amazing in the context of the rock song.
When
But
you
like
hear
if
it
you
separate.
soloed it up, you'd be like, why is that man?
Well, because they're saying fake words. They're not even screaming. They're like going. Yeah, they're not really. They're kind of not really doing like a real word.
Well, in dissecting a song, we're taking out the mood and the context and everything.
Exactly,
Yeah,
but it does
it's almost
sound.
unfair.
But it does sound like why is that grown man screaming in such a
Why is
shrill and unpleasant way?
He's so upset.
Why is he so angry
Yeah.
and upset? But not even
Why
angry.
is he so loud?
Well, so but the dude,
Ow.
but there is a difference between the metal, like high shrill one,
Yeah.
like that, and then we should definitely play UMass by the Pixies because Charles Thompson has an amazing scream
Amazing
that doesn't sound. It never really sounds shrill and girly, does it?
No, he's just grizzly and just loud.
Right.
And
Yeah. If
he's
we
good.
we should
He's
listen
good.
to UMass.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite voice for Scream, definitely.
This is the best part.
That's good. That's a Kim Shattuck. I understand why you guys are friends. Will you tell us a little bit about playing in the Pixies?
Yeah, it was fun. It was. I basically rehearsed with them for about 9 months, and then we went on a European tour that was broken up into 2 halves. It was, I guess, a total of 2 months. It was like a month and then another month. Well, maybe it wasn't that long. Maybe it was like 2 weeks and 2 weeks. I don't know. It felt like 2 years and 2 years. But it was cool. It was fun. Their audiences are all so rabid. Like the people that see the Pixies are just like, they worship the Pixies. So it was fun. It was fun to be treated like that. You know.
How did fans treat you as like
Replacing Kim Deal,
right,
the
replacing
beloved Kim Deal.
Right.
People were actually very, very, very kind about it. I was warned by their dick manager, basically, to don't read press, don't do this, don't do that. You'll just be disappointed because Kim Deal was everybody's favorite and you're just replacement, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, the
cheery.
manager was horrified.
That's cheery.
But yeah, and I was just like, I don't care, whatever. And I displayed my ego a lot with them because the manager was really trying to destroy my ego, and so I just kind of went, whatever. And I looked at press, and press was very kind. It was no big deal. It was no big deal. Like, I didn't feel crushed. And plus, Kim Deal was my favorite too. So
Yes, but ours
what am I
too.
gonna say? What am I gonna say?
Right.
I'm replacing my favorite.
Right. Which we were so geeked out when we heard that news. We couldn't believe it. It was like, because who can replace Kim Deal? And then when we heard
Nobody.
it was you, we were like, okay, we can stand behind that.
Oh,
That we
you're
can
good
stand behind.
friends.
I know, I'm
You're
sorry
good
I never got to
friends.
see you.
It was super fun. I felt like it was really good for me to learn I had to learn 80 songs.
Oh my God.
And those aren't like the easiest songs to understand. Like, I could learn, classically written songs, but their songs are very abstract and different than what I'm used to. And it was good for my brain, my older person brain. It's like doing a jigsaw puzzle or like a crossword puzzle every single day.
Totally.
And I was able to learn it. I was able to, the songs that I didn't get, I just had to keep listening, and then I would sit down with my bass and I'd sort of poke through it, and I would unlock the key to the song somehow just by doing it, and then I understood his songwriting a little bit better.
Right.
I knew that it's not just random. He's got his his ways,
Right.
his methods.
Right. And you
tricks.
sang all of Kim's. Did you sing all of? You did her
I
vocals.
did, but we weren't gonna do ones where she sang lead, and I'm
Okay,
kind of
but
glad.
you would do like on I Bleed, or you guys?
Yeah,
did,
I would
you
do I Bleed,
Uh-huh.
I would do Here Comes Your Man, and ones that I grew up listening to and geeking out on, so it was fun. It was neat playing songs that I worshipped, actually.
Right. Yeah.
And it sounds like through it all, like you came away with having had this, like really educational, so to speak,
Yeah,
experience.
it was
where-
educational, yeah.
It's educational.
We
mean,
should play
yeah.
a song, you guys. Do you guys want to play something together? I'm gonna hand you a guitar.
Oh,
So one of our all-time favorite Muff songs is
Well, thank
"Funny
you.
Face," and it
where's
combines.
the other one?
Oh, wasn't that what you played?
No, I
No,
played the
this is
other
what
one
I played.
before.
Where'd the other one go?
It's gone.
Oh, I put it away. I thought, no, I mean, I'll go get it.
Oh,
But I thought.
I fell in love with that guitar when I was
No,
when I
it's
was
the
looking at
hummingbird
it.
you fell in love with. It's that one. Really?
No, it's not the one with the tuner.
Okay.
It's the one with the red bits. Chaos ensued.
Mine was
All right, are we gonna do this?
We are.
All right.
Sitting back and doing nothing. I can take it, I don't think I will. If you ever see me anywhere and you know me, please walk away. Funny face, what's wrong with you anyway? Funny face, what do I care? Doing everything I wanted to. Maybe someday you would be there. I thought we would always get along. I like everyone, they all hate me. Funny face, what's wrong with you anyway? Funny face, what do I care? You want everything from me, but you won't get it. I did everything I did, but now I'll just forget it. Funny face, what's wrong with you anyway? Funny face, what do I care? Wow!
Thank you for coming, Kim.
Oh my God, thank you
for
so
being
much, you
here.
guys. That was so much fun.
was.
Well, I want to do this every single time you do it.
Okay.
Like the view.
This is it.
Like
This
the
is the
view.
Yep.
This is the view. Here's the view right here.
You got your view right here.